We welcome you to Phillies Postgame Live, presented by our friends at Cure Auto Insurance, along with Ruben Amaro Jr. I'm Michael Barkamp. Ben Davis from the Great White North coming up in just a few moments in Toronto. 4-3, the Phillies drop it to the Blue Jays. Ruben, follow my math here. Harper minus Segura minus Bohm minus Real Muto plus a bullpen game equals a 4-3 loss to Toronto. We talked about it pregame. There's only a certain amount of time you have to do these bullpen games and play like this with a depleted lineup. It's going to add up to losses after a while.
Yeah, you know what? You got to give credit a little bit to guys who were on the mound today. I mean, these guys threw the ball pretty well and kept this Toronto lineup in check. They did get a lot of hits, didn't get a lot of runs. They gave the offense a chance to win this game, but they just couldn't come through. Barrios threw the ball pretty well against them, and they couldn't do anything at the end of the game.
Yeah, Jose Berrios with 13 strikeouts gives up 3 runs. That's kind of a dichotomy of riches there, because 13 Ks and the Phillies still get 3 runs. Were you, I don't want to use the word impressed, but they did have a depleted lineup, the Phillies, and yet they were able to make this game competitive.
Yeah, they did make it competitive. There's no question about it. But Barrios, all those strikeouts, you just try to have to make a little bit more contact. You got to give some credit to Barrios for the stuff he has. He's got excellent stuff. But they just didn't seem to be battling as well in the box as you would like. He did score a couple of runs off him. He does make some mistakes. Unfortunately, he didn't make enough of them.
All right, let's go up to Toronto right now, Ontario, and check in with Ben Davis. Called tonight's game with Tom McCarthy. We still speak the same language, right? You're not speaking French or anything up there now, are you, Ben? Okay, oui, very good. All right, so the standard is a win. That would be it, and they failed to get that, so that's not a good thing. Where was this one lost in your view?
It was lost with the offense. I tip my cap to the bullpen. I mean, to give up 4 runs to that lineup, it's a pretty good lineup. You have a guy that went 4 for 4 in a ball game, and to give up just those 4 runs, I tip my cap to those guys. It's the second time in a couple days that it's been a complete bullpen game. These guys are being used a lot, so they stepped it up tonight. I give them credit. Offensively, just not able to get it done. Not enough big hits. A lot of singles, and it's one of those things where they just needed something else to get going. I was happy with the way Bryson Stott swung the bat tonight. He was very, very good. That was fun to watch, and obviously accounted for a couple runs there for the Phils. Matt Vierling battled in that first inning, although he ended up with 3 strikeouts. But, overall, it just wasn't a good offensive performance.
Ben, another ball game that they lost, and they're now, 3 in a row. What do you think they need to do to try to turn things around for tomorrow?
They got to swing the bats, Ruben. They got to start driving some baseballs, and it just can't be all, Kyle Schwarber. That's why I said it was so nice to get some of that production from the bottom of the lineup. Garrett Stubbs did a fine job tonight. Gets that bunt down, steals second base, and scores on that single by Castellanos. But there's got to be a little bit more thump in this lineup right now, and I know they don't always have to score via the home run, but they're down some folks in this lineup. We all know that. Not trying to make excuses, but to get maybe a couple extra base hits, I think, is something that they're going to have to do as a whole to really produce a few more runs.
All right, Benny, thanks so much. We'll check you tomorrow.
All right, guys.
From Rogers Center, Ben Davis calling it with Tom McCarthy tonight. We thank you. You too. We'll take a look at the bullpen numbers, and this was a bullpen game, the second one in the last 3 days. So this bullpen is depleted. Andrew Bellotti throws an inning and 19 pitches total, Ruben. Appel goes 3 innings, and he takes the bulk of the work. Juris Familia gives up a run. Bellotti gave up the 2, but Ben says not bad from the bullpen. What do you think?
I think they did a very good job, actually. I mean, they kept these guys in the ball game. Obviously, it's not ideal to have Bellotti, starting this game and being used as an opener, but I understand why they did that. They wanted to get him against their toughest part of that lineup in that first inning, and unfortunately he made 1 pitch in it, and it cost him. But I will tell you, Knebel threw the ball well, came in and kind of bailed out Familia, who did not throw as well, trying to throw him into that second inning to try to get him stretched out a little bit. But Appel did a nice job. I mean, he threw 3 innings and he kept him in check. And again, you got to give him some credit. It's just unfortunate that they weren't able to tack on enough runs to be able to stay in this game.
You know what bugs me is you see Jose Berrios with a 5.44 earned run average. That means he's given up the better part of 5.5 runs every 9 innings on the average, and they can't get more than 3 runs off. And I know the lineup is depleted, but that's just a frustration.
Well, he's got good stuff, Michael. I mean, he's got really good stuff. He has not pitched all that well this year. I know that they're counting on him for much, much more, but he's had a very good curveball and an excellent changeup. Unfortunately, they were efficient at that curveball today. They were not, as Ben was saying earlier, they were not capitalizing on that fastball that he does leave in the middle of the plate from time to time, and unfortunately, they didn't get enough hits to get things rolling. I was disappointed in the first 5 guys in the lineup. 2 for 20 by those guys, and really they accounted for just 1 run, 1 RBI, and that was the RBI by Castellanos. That was kind of in the middle of the game. After that, they really didn't do very much after that RBI, and other than Didi's base hit, I think that was the only base runner there for the last 4 or 5 innings.
It was. Let us hear from Rob Thomson, who goes back to his native land to manage the Philadelphia Phillies in Canada.
I thought Bellotti was going to get out of it in the first. But you know, because he started off a little slow, and then he had 2 punch outs, and then just left the ball up in his zone. But Appel was outstanding. Who did we have after that? Appel, and then
Knable, you had Familia.
yeah,
A lot.
Yeah, we had a
A
lot.
lot of guys.
Yeah, Alvarado did a nice job. Kelly did another nice job. So, yeah, I was proud of the bullpen. They sucked it up tonight.
Yeah.
Got it done.
What about Knable's ability to get out of that situation? I think it was in the 6th.
Yeah.
Coming in relief of Familia.
Second and third, 1 out.
Yeah,
Pop
yeah,
up and
yeah.
move chopper back to the mound. It was great. You know, looks like he's confident. He's throwing strikes, playing on his breaking ball.
How hard is it to navigate kind of 2 bullpen days and 3 for you?
Well, we got through it.
Yeah, fair.
You know, and really, all in all, everybody pitched pretty well in both games. So, you know, we sort of map it out and go with it, and then make adjustments when you need to. But yeah, they did a great job.
What do you expect the ripple effects of this to be, I guess, for bullpen usage over the remainder of this road trip? Do you expect to be a little short?
No, I don't think so. I think we did a pretty good job getting through this game and still having people available tomorrow. So we should be okay.
I feel like in a close game like this, you really kind of notice not having Real Muto and Baum when you lose by a run like that?
We've lost by a run with those guys, you know. So I'm proud of that group out there. They worked hard. They battled, fearling, hustling down the line on the strike 3. You know, the ball that Springer caught in center field kind of hurt our momentum a little bit, but Stubby had a great game. Stott swinging the bat very well. Odubel hit that ball in the gap that Zimmer made a nice catch on. So those guys that are here, they played hard and they battled and they gave us a chance to win.
What did you see from an opponent's perspective against Berrios tonight?
Oh, that's the guy that I saw in Minnesota. You know, he was first pitch strikes and using all his pitches and throwing all his pitches for strikes. You got to give him credit. He was really good.
For yourself, we talked before the game about coming here tonight. I don't know whether you had a chance to kind of maybe take a second to soak it in a little differently than you might at any other game.
I don't think so. No.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a game, and we came here to win, and it was nice before the game. But once the game starts, I'm ultra focused on what we need to do, and that's win a baseball game.
Will you take anything like memento wise or anything like that? Is that meaningful to you in this kind of situation?
I mean, the situation's meaningful, but I won't save anything.
Right.
Yeah.
Just in here instead.
Yeah.
Do you guys have a sense of how the infield will, or like what you guys will do in Bohm's absence? Will it be Vierling continuing to fill in at third?
If Bohm isn't available, we'll probably mix and match and do what we need to do. But that's not.
Reevaluate.
Yeah. On Friday, we're going to see him and see how he's doing. So.
And do you have a corresponding move for, like a move for Gibson yet, or are you guys not able?
Yeah, we haven't discussed that.
Okay.
Dave's coming in. We'll talk about it.
Okay.